Good morning, and welcome to the 143rd NRA Annual Meetings and Exhibits. This year, the NRA is honored to welcome 4 new inductees into the Golden Ring of Freedom, a recognition reserved for individuals and corporations who have made gifts of $1 million cash or more. I'm proud to introduce the newest Gold Jacket recipients who have made such an important commitment to the protection of our Second Amendment freedoms. This year, we recognize BRYAN Tucker, CEO and President of DAVIDSON'S Incorporated, Bob and Joan NOSLER, and Jeff Buchanan, CFO of Smith & Wesson. Let me begin with BRYAN Tucker, who with DAVIDSON'S Incorporated has had a long history of support for the NRA in various firearm donations, endowments, and as a true champion of all NRA programs. One of Davidson's company mottos is anything worth doing is worth doing it big and doing it right. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Sigmund Davidson, he was the second generation Davidson. The company was founded in 1932 by his father and mother, Herman and Edith Davidson. We later became into the firearms business in probably the mid-50s. Sigmund joined the company in 1968, and when I came in 1981, he was the president of the company and running the company. He was definitely like a second father. We have lots of Sig-isms, and we have some, I would say now, Tucker-isms. One of the ones that Sigmund always related to is a sense of urgency in what we do. That, you know, there is not really a tomorrow to get things done. We very rarely set deadlines because it's as fast as we can get to them. So that's something that drives the company. One of the other mottos that we have is doing business for the convenience of our customers, not necessarily ourselves. I think some of the longevity that we have with the organization, the open communications and the services we provide, and then the guys that they deal with in the sales department, if they're having fun, I think that comes through. When I first visited the NRA, it was amazing the number of programs that they have, whether it's in firearms education, the law enforcement services, the Eddie Eagle program, and as long as the Second Amendment protection and the stuff they do. So I think all those participation programs and giving somebody a venue and giving them access to participate in the shooting sports is invaluable. I think through the contributions with the NRA, and then the NRA being, the end of the leader in protecting the Second Amendment. We've raised money for the NRA through various projects of special edition firearms that are sold to the dealers. We've also just had other donations that we've given. We had established an endowment for the Law Enforcement Foundation. The other thing is, my livelihood, my family's livelihood, and our employees' livelihood are derived from the firearms business. So protecting that firearms business and what's sacred to us and has provided us all the good fortune that we've had, it means a lot, and that was a big driving reason for contributing.
Bob and Joan NOSLER have a special place for the NRA and the Second Amendment in their lives. In growing their family business, they know what it takes to work long hours and make tough decisions for their future. But one important piece to their company's growth is a strong appreciation for the Second Amendment and an unwavering commitment to support it. We are so grateful for Bob and Joan's dedication to spreading crucial information to our loyal audience through their title sponsorship of Cam & Company on NRA News.
Well, my dad started the business in 1948 after a moose hunt in British Columbia. He had a bad experience with the bullets at the time. So as he was coming home from that hunt, he sketched out on a napkin in a coffee shop in a little town called Wanawon, British Columbia, what the future of our company and our lives would be, literally.
It's been enjoyable to watch this company grow. We've had such what I call a roller coaster ride from sometimes, and it's just enjoyable. You have to like the roller coaster ride.
She may have a different answer. We've been married a long time.
Yeah, we're going on, what, 48?
48 years. We work together very well. And not just Joan and I, but our son John, our daughter Jill. Just seeing our family together, it means a lot to us. And proud's a good word. I have a lot of pride in the way things are being done. When a father watches a son or a daughter take that shot, it's the best. The incredible pride and joy that I had in actually being able to be behind him while he took that shot, I just will never forget that.
My one and only hunting experience is one of bagging a gold stag in New Zealand. I can't tell you the rush that I felt.
I keep coming back to that. Employing hunters and shooters is a real important part of this business because they have to have the same pride that we have. NRA is, from my perspective, the best and strongest legal entity to fight this fight for America. You lose one, you lose them all. And it's a very, very important fight. And so Cam & Company becomes important to us.
Thanks so much for tuning in to NRA News Cam & Company, sponsored by NOSLER.
We think it's a vital part of the mission of getting the word out. I think that's, if this gift does that, I'll be happy.
Smith & Wesson has made incredible advancements these past few years, in large part because of the instinct and insight of CFO Jeff Buchanan. We are very grateful for our strong partnership with Jeff and Smith & Wesson. They're a proud sponsor of Patriot Profiles on NRA Life of Duty, and their commitment to women deserves immense recognition and gratitude for their growing sponsorships within the NRA Women's Network.
If I had to pick one word that enumerated the core values at Smith & Wesson, it's probably loyalty. Loyalty of all of our customers over 160 years, loyalty of our employees, where we have multiple generations of families. And I think people work here for that long because of the family-like atmosphere that we have here. It's a very good place to work. So Smith & Wesson has worked with the NRA a long time, but really in the last 2 years, we've intensified our efforts. We have supported the Women's Network because we believe strongly in the equality of women. We have supplied all the eyes and ears for the NRA certified female instructors because, again, there is a lot of new women shooters in the sport, and we want to make sure that we foster that education and training for those new shooters. In addition, Smith & Wesson has a long history of working with veterans and first responders, which is why we support Patriot Profiles. You know, as a lawyer, I've always appreciated the Bill of Rights and the Second Amendment. And so that doesn't come for free. And therefore, that's why we as a company have stepped up to help support the NRA, both financially and otherwise. I believe that the NRA, as I said before, is the advocate for our consumer. You know, we sell our product to an individual, a consumer, and the NRA is out there protecting the right of that consumer to own our product. And so the NRA is not only protecting the rights of individuals right now, but for all the future generations that may not even know what the Second Amendment is about, or that they need a defender of the Second Amendment. That's why we're focusing on the NRA right now. We definitely hope that by making these gifts, it inspires other companies and other individuals to step up and recognize that the Second Amendment is under attack, and as individual supporters of the Second Amendment, everybody needs to step up and make a contribution.
To the inductees, thank you for your unwavering belief in the National Rifle Association. Our freedoms are stronger because of your commitment. To all of you here today, thank you so much for being here and for helping build a stronger, better America.